All right, before we finish up here and get to actually printing our map and saving it as a PDF, one thing that I did want to cover, and that is some of the design elements of creating a cave map. In particular, what's called visual hierarchy. And visual hierarchy, what that refers to as is where do we want the viewer's eye to go, and what do we want them to see first, and how do we want to guide them through this visual journey of exploring our cave map. So let's take a look at some of the elements and what it means by visual hierarchy. So when someone comes and they look at our cave map, the question you have to ask yourself is, what is it that they see first? And I'm going to zoom out here a little bit. Well, the first thing that you probably want them to notice is that this is a cave map. So they look at it, they're going to see the cave features and the objects that look like, okay, well, this is something strange. Or if they're familiar with caves, yeah, obviously I'm looking at a cave map here. The next thing that you probably want them to notice is, and that a viewer might ask, and this is something that you have to ask yourself, there's no right or wrong answer as to where you want them to go with the visual hierarchy. But generally speaking, after they recognize that it's a cave map, they probably want to know, well, okay, well, what cave am I looking at here? So does your cave map, is the way it's designed, does it say that? And this one here obviously does, because after you see that it's a cave map, the only thing you can see at this point now is that it's called Oak City Cave. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. At that point, most people, and this is something you have to ask yourself, what do people want to know at this point? In my opinion, they probably want to know, okay, well, I need to orient myself. So where in the world is the entrance to this thing? How do I get in it? And so I've made the entrance a little bit bigger here. The text for entrance is a little bit bigger. Once they know how to get into the cave, then they might begin exploring through its passages. And as they're exploring, they might wonder, okay, well, where now that I have oriented myself, what is it I'm looking at? What are these symbols? What do they mean? What is the name of the passage I'm going through? How big is it? And so at that point, maybe there may not be a specific hierarchy. It might just be jumping around and making things easy to find and simple to find and locate. So you get the idea. Visual hierarchy, what do you want them to notice first? And this isn't based on just on you, what your opinion is, but what do you think most people are going to be looking for? Because if you're not guiding them to what they're looking for, then they're going to get lost and they're not going to want to look at the map for very long. So just keep that in mind, visual hierarchy, as you're going out and drawing your cave map.